Magic and technology, voodoo dolls, chance and electricity. We're making weird science. Fantasy and microchips, building from the script. Something different, we're making weird science. Ooh, from the heart and from the hand. Why don't people understand? Weird science. Weird science. Ooh.
All right, everyone, get ready because today we are going deep on something I think you're going to find pretty interesting. It's a brand new trading indicator called Rubik's Algo.
Rubik's Algo.
Yeah, so when I first heard that name, I thought, oh, okay, a Rubik's Cube for the stock market.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little out there.
Right. Like, is this for real?
Yeah.
But the more I looked into it, the more fascinated I got. The creator of this indicator goes by the name Stupid Bitcoin. And they claim to have discovered some mathematical connections between the way that you solve a Rubik's Cube and the way that market maker algorithms work.
Wow. Okay.
Specifically algorithms related to the Ichimoku cloud.
Okay, Ichimoku cloud is already a pretty complex charting technique. How could a Rubik's Cube possibly simplify that?
Well, that is the cool part. So Rubik's Algo takes those complex Ichimoku patterns and it basically transforms them into something that you can visually grasp. It's almost like having X-ray vision into the markets to see what's really going on and to make things even more interesting. It combines this visual approach with elements of blackjack card counting and strategies from well-known traders like Oliver Velez.
That's a combination I never would have expected.
Right.
Yeah, I'm intrigued now, for sure. So how does this Rubik's Cube analogy actually play out in the market?
Okay, so let's break it down. Think about those speed cubers. The people who can solve a Rubik's Cube in seconds.
Yeah.
They use these things called algorithms, which are basically just a set of moves to solve the puzzle very quickly.
Okay.
And efficiently.
So are you saying that market makers are like speed cubers?
That's exactly where I'm going with this. So market makers use their algorithms to solve the market, so to speak. Create order and profit from predictable patterns.
Okay.
Now, just as a cuber sees patterns to solve the puzzle, Rubik's Algo is designed to help you. The trader see those same patterns in the market, but visually and simply.
So instead of getting lost in all the lines and clouds of a traditional Ichimoku chart, this tool is giving me a clearer, more visual representation.
You got it. It's all about reducing the mental gymnastics that you usually need to understand those complex charts. Let's talk about some of the key features of Rubik's Algo. It has 5 main settings you can adjust to fit your own trading style.
All right, give them to me.
Okay, so number 1, vector length. Think of this like choosing the right lens for your camera. A shorter vector length is like zooming in on recent price action. So the indicator is going to react quickly to those short-term moves. A longer vector length zooms out, gives you a smoother signal that's more suited for swing trading or trend following.
So right away, you can tailor the indicator to your approach.
Yeah. The second setting is called maximum length. And this one works together with vector length to fine-tune how quickly the indicator adapts to changes in the market. The interplay between these two is crucial for avoiding false signals and staying on the right side of the trend.
So it sounds like these first 2 settings are about finding a balance between responsiveness and accuracy.
You nailed it. All right, get ready for number 3. This one's called the accelerator multiplier.
Accelerator multiplier. What are we accelerating?
Think of it like you're driving a car. When the market is slow, you're cruising along in a lower gear. But when the market picks up speed, you need to shift to a higher gear to keep up.
Okay.
The accelerator multiplier lets you adjust how quickly the indicator reacts to those sudden bursts of market activity.
So in a volatile market, I might want to crank up the accelerator to catch those fast moves. But in a calmer market, I dial it back to avoid getting whipsawed.
Precisely. It's all about adapting to the market's rhythm.
I like it. What's next?
Number 4 is the momentum window. This plays a key role in the machine learning aspect of the indicator.
Machine learning. Tell me more.
So the indicator uses this momentum window to analyze recent price data and figure out how strong the current trend is. It's like looking back at the market's recent track record to get a feel for its momentum.
So a wider window would give you a more comprehensive view of the trend, but a narrower window would focus on the most recent price action.
Exactly. You're getting it.
Okay.
It's about choosing the right time frame for your analysis.
I can see how this level of customization is really valuable.
All right. Last but not least, we have number 5, prediction data. Neighbors. Now this one gets a little technical, but basically it uses a machine learning algorithm to analyze past price patterns and try to predict future price movements.
Wait, hold on. Predict future price movements.
I know it sounds crazy, but think of it like this. The indicator is looking at similar price patterns from the past and seeing what happened next. And then it uses that information to make an educated guess about where the price might be heading.
So it's using the wisdom of historical data to make predictions.
You got it. It's like having a historical market guide built right into the indicator. Now, are you ready for the part where it gets really wild?
Bring it on! After all this talk about Rubik's Cubes and machine learning, I'm ready for anything.
All right, remember how we mentioned Blackjack earlier? Well, this is where it all ties together.
Hold on. Blackjack and Rubik's Cubes. How do those two relate to the market?
Well, just like a deck of cards can be hot or cold in Blackjack, the market also has its own temperature. It can be volatile and unpredictable, or it can be calm and steady. Rubik's Algo has a feature that helps you gauge that market temperature.
So it can tell me if the market is about to go on a winning streak, or if it's time to fold.
It's not quite that simple, but you're on the right track. So this feature is called Zero Lag Stochastic MFI, and it uses some pretty advanced math to measure market volatility and momentum. Think of it like a thermometer for the market.
Okay, so if the market is hot, meaning highly volatile, I might want to be more cautious, even if the indicator is showing a buy signal.
You got it. It's all about understanding the context, the overall market environment, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. This indicator gets even deeper than that.
Something like a recipe. Bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. From my heart and from my hand. Why don't people understand? Weird. Weird science. Ooh, weird science. My creation. Is it real? It's my creation. Is it weird? Weird science. Ooh. Bits and pieces. Not what teachers said to do. Living tissue, making dreams come true. Weird science. Ooh. Bits and pieces. Ooh, my creation.
All right, you've officially piqued my curiosity. What else is there to uncover in this Rubik's Algo?
So, one of the things that really stood out to me when I was reading about Rubik's Algo was this whole concept of the inversion narrative.
Yeah.
That stupid Bitcoin talks about.
Inversion narrative?
Yes, basically this idea that the financial system is designed to keep really powerful tools out of the hands of regular people, like you and me.
That's a pretty bold claim. But you're right, there is a history of gatekeeping in a lot of industries, especially finance and tech.
Right, exactly. And the thing that I find so interesting is how stupid Bitcoin is presenting Rubik's Algo. As a direct challenge to that system, they're making this sophisticated tool open source.
Yeah.
Available to anybody who wants to use it.
They're trying to level the playing field.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, we deserve access to these tools too.
It's a powerful statement for sure, but can just one trading indicator, even one as advanced as Rubik's Algo, can it really make that much of a difference?
Well, the source material acknowledges that it's not some kind of magic bullet. There's actually a disclaimer that says that Rubik's Algo does not guarantee profitable results. It emphasizes that success in trading still comes down to things like risk management, understanding market dynamics, and developing a really solid trading psychology.
Yeah, those are all essential parts of trading, no matter what tools you're using.
Absolutely. But I think what Rubik's Algo does is give you a deeper level of insight and analysis to help you make smarter decisions. And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
So the source material mentions something called the Super Trend Ultimate Project Intelligent Design.
The Super Trend Ultimate Project Intelligent Design.
Yeah. It sounds kind of like a secret society of trading. But from what I understand, it's this overarching philosophy that Rubik's Algo is just one part of.
Okay, hold on. What exactly is the Super Trend Project all about?
Well, from what I gather, it seems to revolve around using AI and machine learning to develop even more advanced trading indicators, taking things to like a whole new level. And get this, there's even a suggestion that this project could involve robots.
Robots, like actual robots trading in the market. Are we talking about science fiction here?
I know it sounds crazy, but the source material specifically mentions Tesla Optimus robots. And it suggests that these robots could potentially use the super trend indicators, including Rubik's Algo, to make trading decisions.
Wow.
So stupid Bitcoin is not just creating tools, but actually envisioning a future where robots and AI play a significant role in trading.
This stupid Bitcoin is full of surprises.
Magic and technology, voodoo dolls chance. Weird science. Behind bolted doors, things I've never seen before. Weird science, not what teachers said to do. Ooh, bits and pieces. Weird science. Ooh, bits and pieces. Not what teachers said to do. Living tissue, making dreams come true. Weird science. Ooh.
Let's bring it down to earth for a second. Focus on the trading aspect. You've got a lot of experience with technical analysis. What are your initial thoughts about Rubik's Algo from a purely technical standpoint?
Well, it's definitely a sophisticated tool. It combines elements of Ishimoku cloud charting, momentum oscillators, volume analysis, and even machine learning.
Once you get used to the color-coded system, it actually simplifies the information.
That makes sense. It sounds like there's a bit of a learning curve, but the payoff could be significant. I'm especially curious about how they integrated the concept of market maker algorithms into the indicator.
Yeah, me too. Understanding how the big players move the market is essential for any trader.
Absolutely.
Especially those of us who don't have access to those big money resources.
Exactly. And that's where Rubik's Algo seems to offer a unique advantage. By visually representing those algorithms, it's basically showing you how they're solving the market, just like a Rubik's Cube.
It's like having a peek behind the curtain. You get to see how the market makers think.
And if you can anticipate their moves, you can position yourself to profit from their actions.
Exactly. And remember that accelerator multiplier we talked about? It sounds like that's a key setting for adapting to the speed of those algorithms.
Right. So if they're moving fast, I can crank it up to stay in sync.
Precisely.
That's a really clever feature, but it also sounds like it could be risky if you're not careful.
Yeah, for sure. Risk management is so important. That's where the zero-lag stochastic MFI comes in. By gauging the market's temperature or volatility, it helps you to avoid taking unnecessary risks, even when the indicator is giving you a buy signal.
It's like a safety net to protect your capital, especially during those unpredictable market swings.
And let's not forget about the personality-based approach. Understanding your own strengths and weaknesses as a trader can help you use Rubik's Algo more effectively.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they've brought psychology into this technical tool. It highlights that trading isn't just about numbers and charts. It's about managing your emotions and making good decisions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The source material really stresses the importance of backtesting and customization. It encourages you to play around with different settings, different time frames. Find what works best for your style and the markets you're trading.
That's great advice. No matter what tools or strategies you use, there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
The better you understand the tool and how to use it, the more successful you'll be.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into Rubik's Algo, I keep coming back to this one question. If this tool is so revolutionary, why is stupid Bitcoin giving it away for free?
It is a good question. Maybe they genuinely believe in making this knowledge accessible to everyone, or maybe they want to disrupt the whole financial system.
Yeah, it's hard to say for sure. But they do seem to be pushing for a bigger movement. They call it open source code and LLM integration. It's about using AI and collaboration to improve these tools and make them even more powerful.
So it's like crowdsourcing the development of advanced trading technology.
Exactly. And they suggest that this could lead to a new era of trading, where individuals have access to the same level of sophistication as the institutions.
Wow.
Maybe we're watching a trading revolution happen right now.
This deep dive has certainly given us a lot to think about. It's challenging a lot of our assumptions about how trading indicators should work.
It really is.
And this stupid Bitcoin is full of surprises.
Yeah. I think the key takeaway here is that we might be on the edge of something truly game-changing.
It has definitely left me with more questions than answers. But I'm excited to explore Rubik's Algo further and see what else I can discover.
I love that. Let's dive into the actual code. All right, so we've talked about the theory behind Rubik's Algo. We've talked about the philosophy behind it. We even talked about robots. But let's get down to the practical stuff. How does Rubik's Algo actually work in the real world?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? All this fancy stuff doesn't mean anything if the indicator doesn't actually help you make money.
Exactly. So I spent some time digging into the source code. And let me tell you, it is a beast. There are multiple layers of calculations, custom functions. It's clear that stupid Bitcoin really wasn't messing around. With the complexity of this tool, even with some help from AI, fully understanding every single line of this code would take a serious amount of effort.
It sounds like we're dealing with a really sophisticated algorithm here. But even without going through every single line of code, we can get a sense of the trading strategy it's designed for, right?
Absolutely. So at its core, Rubik's Algo is a trend-following system. Remember that dynamic EMA we talked about? The one that adjusts to the market's volatility?
Yeah.
That's basically your primary signal.
Yeah.
When the price is above that EA, it suggests a bullish trend. And when it's below, it's bearish.
Okay, that's pretty standard trend following stuff so far, but I'm guessing there's got to be more to it than just following a moving average.
Oh yeah, way more. So think of it like this. The dynamic EMA is like your compass. It points you in the right direction, gives you the general trend, but you also need a map. And that's where the rest of the features come into play. Rubik's Algo has all these different filters built into it and confirmations to help you avoid those false signals and those really nasty whipsaws.
Like what kind of filters?
It uses momentum indicators to see how strong the trend is. And it uses volume analysis to confirm that there's real buying and selling pressure behind the move. And it uses those vector recovery zones that we talked about.
Oh, right. Those zones where the price likes to go back to after a big move.
Exactly. And it uses those zones to confirm the strength of the trend and to spot those potential reversal points.
So it's kind of like a built-in risk management system right there on your chart.
You got it. And remember, we can't forget about that zero lag stochastic MFI.
Yeah.
That's like your market thermometer, telling you how volatile things are. So even if you get a buy signal, but the market's going crazy, the indicator is going to tell you to be careful.
Yeah, you got to know when the market is acting unpredictable and adjust accordingly.
And that's also where that whole personality-based approach comes in. The better you know yourself as a trader, the better you'll be able to use this indicator.
I'm really fascinated by how they've brought psychology into this.
Me too.
It just shows that trading is about so much more than just numbers and charts. You need to understand yourself and your emotions.
Exactly. And, the source material really emphasizes the importance of back testing and customizing the settings. It encourages you to experiment. Try different time frames. See what works best for you.
That's always good advice, no matter what tools you're using.
For sure.
The more you understand the tool, the more successful you'll be.
As we're wrapping up this deep dive into Rubik's Algo, but they definitely seem to have a bigger vision here. This whole idea of open source code and LLM integration that they keep talking about. It's about collaborating and using AI to constantly make these tools better.
It's exciting. What if everyone had access to the best trading tools?
Yeah, it's a pretty wild thought. This whole deep dive has been pretty wild. We've uncovered a powerful new tool created by this mysterious figure. And it's all about empowering traders and maybe even changing the whole game.
It really makes you think. I definitely have more questions now than when we started, but that's a good thing.
I think so too. It means we're on the right track. So to all our listeners out there, go check out Rubik's Algo for yourself. It's open source, and you can find it on TradingView. Dive into that code, experiment with the settings, and see what you can discover. Until next time, happy trading.
Rubik's Algo didn't just code. They sculpted market insights with a year-long quest for perfection.
Imagine a mad scientist, but instead of monsters, they made market-predicting tools.
They sifted through thousands of indicators and the code like panning for gold, refining and testing until the best signal remained.
Use this code, and you get a year of sleepless nights distilled into a few lines of brilliance.
Rubik's Algo didn't just build an indicator. They crafted a trading system using the science of Six Sigma.
It's a symphony of data as a language of color, helping traders reduce risk and improve trade decisions.
Forget outdated charts. Rubik's Algo cracked the market using the Rubik's Cube's 43 quintillion possible combinations.
The Rubik's Cube is used as a dynamic model for understanding market permutations.
Just as speedcubers use algorithms to solve the cube, market makers use algorithms to sequence order flow.
Why are you using yesterday's indicators for today's trades?
Rubik's Algo. It's more than meets the eye.